Okay, so I'm sitting by my fire. I recolored my hair, so I hope you guys like it. It's darker, and I think it makes me look a lot better. I'm gonna tell y'all what has been happening here the last few days. So last weekend my husband fixed the fence, and me and my daughter went out there and we backfilled the holes with the dirt from clearing off the weeds in the patio and clearing out the dirt from between the cobblestone patio. So while we were doing that, we finished that, and it was looking good, starting to look good. The backyard's starting to look good. Then day before yesterday, we had to call the cops. Our neighbors' pit bulls have chewed through 3 more planks of our fence and have gotten into our backyard. Now, I'm disabled, so I can't afford to keep fixing this fence. And their dogs got into the backyard. I have a doggy door in my back door, right there, doggy door. So that my dogs can, because they're house dogs, they go out there, they play for a few minutes, they come back in, they go to sleep, they go out there to potty, that's it. They don't spend a lot of time out there normally. Their dogs are bored and they stay out there constantly. Well, our Lucy dog heard what was going on out there, and she poked her head out of the doggy door, and their pit bulls almost grabbed her. She was able to pull back fast enough, and luckily they didn't come into my house. But they were running back and forth underneath this new hole that they had created in the fence. So we called the cops. The cops came out, they turned on their body cam. He drew his gun, he recorded it from my dining room window. He drew his gun and his baton and said, okay, I'm gonna go out here. And so they ran across back next door, and he went out. We had 2 extra boards. And so he leaned those up sideways against the bottom, and we put some bricks up there, and they were still jumping on that fence and biting at us. And they almost bit the cop a couple of times, and he said he was actually, it was obvious that anybody around that fence should be scared that they're going to get bit. And so he nailed the boards up there, and he almost got bit a couple of times too, trying to get the hole covered up. Animal control came out. They issued her a ticket for it. And so they gave her a ticket, and they told us that they were going to, this isn't the first time cops have been called on them about their dogs. A few weeks ago, my neighbors on the other side of me, we've known since we moved in. They're very nice. We get along with them very well. They had been trying to have a baby. They finally had a baby. It was almost 3 months premature. And when she was trying to get the baby into the car, the dogs got out and chased her down. So we woke up to screaming and yelling, and then cops showed up very quickly, and so that's on record with them too. And they've also gotten tickets for their dogs being out before that incident. So they have several incidents on them.
They have 12 tickets already.
yeah, they have something like 12 tickets. They're like $700 a piece. So I don't know how they're affording all this. I talked to Animal Control. They said that she was fighting the tickets. They said that she went to court, told the judge that she had fixed the fence, and her boss came out and the fence wasn't fixed for her side, the front, because they're not only digging under my fence on my side of the house, but they're also digging on where their gate is. So they're tearing off right there and getting through their gate as well, to get out to the street. So that's how they try to get to my neighbor, my other neighbor. And so I really wish that I could afford to just build another fence to keep an extra fencing or whatever, or find some kind of fence that the dogs can't chew up or dig under or whatever, because obviously that would include a lot. I believe that Animal Control came and got their dogs today. I don't know for sure. My daughter said she heard a lot of screaming and hollering about how this wasn't right, so I'm sure, and I haven't seen their dogs today. But they're going to pursue a dangerous dog case. So hopefully, if everything goes the way that everybody's telling me, the police and the Animal Control, they'll come get their dogs, see who's dangerous and who's not, and they'll release the non-dangerous ones back to them, but they will have to have an enclosure with a cement base. Now, they rent that property over there, so I don't think the landlord is going to let them build a concrete run to keep their dogs in. The police officer and the Animal Control said the whole bottom of the kennel run has to be concrete. And if they're renting, most landlords aren't going to go for that, because you're turning their yard into concrete, you know. So we'll see how that goes, unless they build it without telling the landlord. I don't even think that, from my understanding, that landlord doesn't even want dogs in that house, or even on that property. So how they're keeping dogs, I guess because their landlord lives out of state, I don't know. But so I don't think the dogs are over there right now, but of course now I've got more fencing to fix. And if they give them their dogs back, and my fear is they're going to give them the dogs back, because the cops did say that if they couldn't build the dog run and they had a friend that could keep the dogs, then, and had a secure enclosure, then that friend could keep the dog at their place, and they could surrender them to them that way, you know, give them back to them that way. My only fear is that they're going to get a friend to watch them for a couple of months, and then the dogs are going to be right back over there tearing up the fence. So I'm going to see if I can look for do an estimate or something, a free estimate, so I can start saving up to build a kind of fence that I need to keep these dogs out of my yard, because they're dangerous. I mean, I have a pit bull, so I'm not scared of pit bulls. My friend has pit bulls. The fact that it's a pit bull is not a problem with me. The problem that I have is that they're aggressive, that they're biting, that they're trying to bite my daughter. We can't even go near that fence, because then they start chewing and pulling on the wood, you know, and that's not safe. That I don't have a problem with pit bulls, but I do have a problem with people that don't know how to train their pit bulls, or don't give their pit bulls enough attention. You have to give them enough exercise and attention to where they're not bored and destructive. And they don't. That's my fun excitement. That's why I haven't been on for a few days. It's been a while. I was going to do a video the other day, but then all of this went down and the cops were here. So my hand's getting tired and I'm starting to actually shake a little bit. So I'm going to go and upload this, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's kind of a stressful one, and stressful and, you know, not a happy note to have on right after Christmas, but it is what it is. So I just wanted to let y'all know what was happening, and I'll make another video in another day or so. This time I'll try to do it under 3 days. But if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, subscribe, and we'll be glad to have you. Bye.